The final day, day 33 of walking around the whole of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. I woke up on St Agnes, packed down my tent for the last time and headed towards the quay to get the boat back to St Mary's. My time on Scilly had been incredible, and as I got on the boat it hit me that I'd be going home today and finishing the last few miles of this trip once I got back to Penzance. Soon we were pulling into St Mary's, where I'll be getting the Scilly back in a few hours, and I had some time to kill, so I grabbed a pasty and then headed to the middle of the island to check out a garden. The garden was a nice distraction from me having to leave, but once I looked around and tried out one more rope swing, it was time to head to the quay for the last time. Arriving into town, I could see the Scilly in the distance and hopped on board. I admired the views of the islands as we were leaving and wondered how long it would be until I would be back here again, before they slowly faded into the distance and I headed inside and found a seat. Soon after finishing my pasty, I let an old lady who was feeling sick have my seat, and with no seats left inside, I was forced out, literally being the only one without a jumper or coat, but that didn't bother me as we were starting to get the first views back to mainland Cornwall. It was crazy to think as we sailed past the coastline that I'd almost walked around the whole of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly, and soon we were pulling into Penzance Harbour where I could finish the last few miles. Heading off the boat, I grabbed my bag and started my way along the last few miles left to St Michael's Mount. I had walked this stretch 1,000 times before, but this one felt special. A victory stretch after walking almost 550 miles, and I thought about all the sights I'd seen, people I'd met, and experiences I'd had along the way. Soon though, I was heading into Zion and was only a short way away from the Mount. And after 33 days of this journey, I had finally walked around the whole of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. My plan is to walk around the whole of Wales next year, in the hopes of one day walking around every Celtic nation and doing content like this full time. Thank you all for watching this series and keep on the lookout for more content soon. Cheers.